everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. By the time you see this message, it's going to be tomorrow. Not in a position to actually post this right away, but it's just something that was coming through for me here right now. On this Christmas Day, I'm here at my folks' place. Me and my brother came out to visit them for the day, and just had a really, really great conversation with my brother. And it would be difficult to go into all of the multitude of different subjects that we spoke on. Wide variety of different things in terms of interpersonal relationships, masculine and feminine dynamic, things of this kind of nature. But what strikes me and what struck me about the conversation is something that I've known about this for myself for a while now, but I have been embracing it a lot more here, more recently, and that is just the value of listening more. It's it's not that, I want to back that up. I think a tendency for people when somebody brings up saying less and listening more, there is a large contingency of people who might actually resist that, who might really push against that. And not without merit of people who have silenced themselves for a long time. There's a wide variety of people in this world who have had different types of traumas, who have had different things that they're working through in this life that revolve around communication. And one of the biggest ways that people have trouble with communication is with repression. We all on some level have something of value to offer, something of value to be able to speak out. And it's important to be able to speak those things and to make sure that you're heard, because your thoughts are valuable. They're important to have. And it's also important for them to be heard. You owe it to yourself to have the wisdom that you do have within your own experience that you can speak on. You owe it to yourself and everyone else to actually have that information be heard. And in many cases, I would say in all cases, the only time it's really heard is when it's asked for. And the asking can happen in many ways. It can happen verbally, like literally coming right at you and just being like, hey, there's something that I want your opinion on. I need help. I would love your perspective. There's also the energetic invitations that happen of being in a conversation with somebody and they're talking, but there's a way that they're engaging you that is saying, hey, I would actually love your thoughts on this. So paying attention to that. I'm sure that there are other ways. There are no other ones besides those two that kind of come to mind at this moment. But the invitation, I feel, must always be there. And it reminds me of scripture. Cast not ye pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet. And this is, another oft-quoted thing is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, when the student is ready is when they're showing up for the lesson, when they're asking the teacher for their advice. And that is the invitation that I'm speaking on here right now, is being open to receive from somebody. That's when the words that you have are going to actually be heard. And only when they're heard is when they're going to land. So you can have all the right answers. You can have all the right things that you want to say and want to share with somebody. So many different valuable perspectives that are in there. And I know that they're in there. We all have them. But you owe it to yourself in this world to actually have those heard. So set yourself up for success when it comes to actually having your words land for people. And really one of the best ways that I've found to set myself up for success in this department is to just listen more. Just listen more. I'm not telling anybody to repress their speaking, to repress their speech at all. Don't silence yourself. But also, learning is how we actually accumulate more knowledge to be able to share, to synthesize in our own experience in our own brains, to then be able to give outwardly to somebody else so that they might hear it in a different way that's going to land for them. Listening is so incredibly valuable. Listening is how we learn. And just being in the moment in conversation with people and really being actively engaged with what they're saying and the lessons that they are giving you, it sets you up for being able to take that information in, formulate it, shift it, turn it, process it, embody it, and then at the appropriate time, the right person is going to ask you that right thing in that right time. And then you're going to have a new thought to give them. You're going to have your own wisdom to be able to share to someone else the same way that it was shared to you. So that's really what it comes down to, at least is what I'm finding, is just listen. Listen more. Open your ears. There's so many rewards in being in that space of receivership. So many rewards that we receive. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll talk to you next time.